Hello, dealer. I would like to cash in my one time now so that I 5-0 with this deck list and it gets published. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye. Hey folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Legacy video. Today's video is sponsored by a regular donor, Lucas B, who has donated to see a deck that I've named Twitch Fit in action. And I am so excited about how the way this deck is built. It's wonderful. So the namesake card here is Eyetwitch, a 1/1 flyer for 1 black, and when it dies, learn. Now, for you Legacy players, you probably don't know this keyword. You can reveal a lesson card you own from your sideboard and put it into your hand, or discard a card to draw a card. So we have a 7 mana card in the sideboard that makes a 2/1 flyer, a 3/2, and a 4/4. That's a lot of value. And we're in a Nic Fit shell, so 7 mana? Yeah. Yeah, we can make that happen. There's 2 other lessons here. Necrotic Fumes, which as an additional cost to cast a spell, you exile a creature you control, to exile target creature or planeswalker. And Containment Breach, which destroys target artifact or enchantment, and if its mana value is 2 or less, you also get a 1/1 black and green pest creature token with, when it dies, you gain 1 life. So, in addition to the regular, like, Veteran Explorer Cabal Therapy shell that makes up Nic Fit, we have a lot of fun toys. We have the Chain of Smog Witherbloom Apprentice combo that can just completely drain out your opponent and kill them instantly. And we're only running 2 copies of Witherborn. I know how to talk. I get paid money to talk. You wouldn't know it based on this, though. Anyway, we only need to run 2 copies of this because we have 6 effective copies of it due to Green Sun Zenith. And we have Biograph, which overperformed last time I played Nic Fit. It's a 5/4 for 2 mana. As an additional cost to cast the spell, you can either sacrifice a creature or pay 3. So notice here we have multiple ways in the deck to sacrifice our own Eyetwitches and Veteran Explorers for value. We also just have an absolute crap ton of Modern Horizons 2 cards in here. We have Ignoble Hierarch, which is a Jund Noble Hierarch. We have Grist, which is a sweet planeswalker that can make a bunch of insects, amongst other things. We have 4 copies of Endurance in the 75. I think Lucas submitted 2, and I said to myself, no, we need to crank up those numbers. Those are rookie numbers. I am absolutely in love with Endurance. And we also have Sudden Edict in the sideboard. So this is a deck that takes a spin on Nic Fit and then incorporates a whole bunch of new cards. So I'm excited to see how this turns out. I rebuilt the sideboard a little bit, so I feel like we have Thoughtseizes for combo, we have Endurances and Plague Engineers, and 3 uncounterable removal spells for Delver, and then we have some stuff like Choke for the mid-rangey blue decks like Bant. So one thing, I spent a little bit of time thinking about whether Carpet of Flowers or Choke was the better card for this deck, and I decided on Choke. The thing that set me over was we're already playing Ignoble Hierarch for mana acceleration, and so being able to just slam Choke on turn 2 versus a blue deck is a pretty powerful line. Lucas last minute, right before I recorded, sent me a message and said, hey, we should probably have a Collector Oof in the 75. And I snap agreed because Affinity and various decks like it are really strong right now. Alright, please consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If you are subscribed, please throw me a like before this video gets started. It helps out a lot, and likes are one of the single biggest predictors of whether or not a video is going to do well. And man, I want to 5-0 and get this deck published so bad. This deck is sick. I'm so excited for this one. Okay, I'm going to be keeping my opening hand. I have a couple of Veteran Explorers. I don't exactly have a way to sacrifice them yet, but it'll work itself out somehow, probably. Do I want Ignoble Hierarch? Biograph doesn't sacrifice ETP, right? No, it has an additional cost to cast, so I can't Biograph. I can Green Sun into a Biograph, though, and then start attacking for 6. That's pretty good. Let's lead on Ignoble Hierarch. Alright, opponent fetches. Oh. Okay, if we're just playing against Delver, then these veteran explorers are better than they otherwise might have looked. Main phase brainstorm turn 1? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark? Oh, right, my opponent was on the play. Sorry. Okay, I take it all back. Ragavan. Alright, so go Forest, Veteran Explorer. It has gotten Force of Will, pitching Expressive Iteration. Sure. I will try again. Hopefully this one doesn't get dazed. As long as this resolves. Oh, come on. Was your last card in hand? Anyway, as long as this one resolves, the Ragavan does nothing. But opponent got to answer 3 of my cards in 1 turn cycle. Okay, it's a Verdant Catacombs. That's a miss for them. Alright, okay, opponent has 1 card again. I think I want to be able to play Endurance around Daze. So I think I'm going to go ahead and Green Sun this turn. Here we go. Alright, it resolves. So that is just going to get a Biogruff. We have a 5/4. You can trade your Ragavan and a Lightning Bolt for it. A Flooded Strand. Nice. I have become the beatdown deck. Delver. Beware. That was the reason to play Endurance last turn. I kind of had it all this game. Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste. I mean, Questing Beast is still Questing Beast here. It's good. It's guaranteed to resolve. Alright, let's fetch. Just grab Forest. Play Questing Beast. And I guess that's swinging in. Alright. Opponent's big creature is in the way. Alright, I'll take 7. Swing with both? I think I'm swinging with both. I just need to try to end the game. Get him. Alright. Opponent has seen through my shit. Alright. When do I cast this Endurance? Do I cast it now while they only have 1 card in hand? That telegraphs what I have, though. I think I wait. Now I'm going to cast this here. I guess I'll target you. I believe it is correct to just go ahead and block with this as to not go into Lightning Bolt range. Monastery Mentor? Excuse me? Well, I mean, I guess I'm trying to bash in and kill my opponent. I was very much not expecting the Monastery Mentor out of my opponent's deck. Alright, let's go Hex Drinker. And level it up a few times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't need to crack this fetch land. Alright, opponent's fetching. Do they just have Lightning Bolt to kill me? Potentially representing Swords to Plowshares. Ponder. Sure. Alright, I get hit for 7. Did you find the Lightning Bolt? Damn. Okay. So we're playing against something Delver adjacent. I like Abrupt Decay and Sudden Edict. I think I like Choke still on the play. And I like Endurance. I think against this opponent, I'm just going to cut this combo, because that brings open a whole lot of slots. And then I only need to make 1 more cut in order to get to everything I need to get to. That seems great. Maybe like go down 1 Eyetwitch. Also go down Grist. Grist is cool. Like, is Eyetwitch just being able to fetch up a win condition better than Grist being able to destroy a creature? It's close. Let's go down 1 Eyetwitch. Not 100% sure there. Okay. I don't love this hand because I can be wastelanded off of green. But it does have like Cabal Therapy, Hierarch shenanigans. Oh, maybe I just like lead on Cabal Therapy. Yeah, maybe I lead on Cabal Therapy and then play Veteran Explorer turn 2. Alright, I'm going to keep it and do that. Alright. Go Gadget Therapy. Ragavan, I think. Miss. Not too much I'm scared about, though. Like, I just didn't want to get hit by a monkey on turn 1 that spiraled the game out of control. A Biograph. Not bad. Alright. Go Gadget Veteran Explorer. Wall Therapy target you. I will use this ability. Getting double Forest here. Double Forest. One has a lot of basics. And I expect them to brainstorm in response now. Sure. Prismatic Ending is a sorcery, right? Yeah, it's a sorcery. I'm not sure which one to name. I think I named Force of Will. Alright. I was correct. So this Prismatic Omen is presumably the top card of their deck. I think I will just be playing Endurance on their turn. Ponder from the opponent. No shuffle. So that Plains is out there to Fairy. Well, that's awkward as fuck timing. I was like, I need to cast this in response. Target you, nuke your graveyard. Now to Fairy, I'll bounce my Endurance. Ooh. I mean, that's not bad. This is not really a card I want to be pointing a removal spell at. I'd rather just kill it in combat. But this opens me up to Endurance around, whatchamacallit, Prismatic Ending. And at least guarantee some damage with my Endurance. Which is good. Blooded Strand. Sure. What do you got? A Mentor. So I think I'm supposed to Endurance in response to that, so that if they have a counter spell, they don't get a Monk token. Do I want to put Teferi back in your deck? I want to put Abrupt Decay back in my deck. I don't have like a removal spell on Green Sun, I don't think. Actually, I have Grist. That's interesting. Would I want to do that? Let me confirm. Yes, Grist still is in the deck. I could just get like Questing Beast and try to beat through. I think removing the Mentor is pretty good. I probably want to play the Green Sun around Days first before casting my 1-drop. Just see what happens here. Okay, it resolves. I'll get Grist. God, Grist is lightning boltable. Oh, that's really awkward. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just guaranteed kill this thing. And destroy Mentor. Just out of pure respect for that card. If I were to get this Grist lightning bolted, it would be devastating. I played around Days, but by doing so, I kind of put myself into a weird position. Alright, and let's play my Goblin Shaman. Alright, there's the mountain. Alright, Prismatic Ending gets Grist. Sure. Okay, we just drew Questing Beast. I think I go ahead and just rumble with that. Get in there for 5 with Exalted. Oh, it looks like my opponent has maybe a Swords of Plowshares. Oh, they're just going to Petty Theft it back to my hand. Yeah, sure. That's fine. I think I'll go ahead and sacrifice the Ignoble Hierarch for Biograph. It just puts so much power into play next turn. Alright, opponent gets to Brainstorm. Alright, there's that Vista that I knew about. I mean, let's go. Like hard cast Force of Will. Sure. I don't know what I'm getting with my Green Sun. Opponent fetches. Alright, Expressive Iteration. Opponent's deck is cool. Alright, there's a Daze in the Exile Zone. Blooded Strand. And pass. Okay, I guess I need to do a quick check. Tireless Tracker, Biograph, Drinker are the sorts of things that I can get here. I guess let's attack with the Bayou Graph first. See how that goes. Alright, looks like it's getting in. So I could Hex Drinker and just start leveling it up here. I kind of like that plan. Let's do it. Okay. Now, I can go ahead and just exile one of these things. So I think at this point, I really don't want to ever draw Dryad Arbor. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that. That Containment Priest is a bit of a bummer. I'm going to get clocked for 5. My opponent is clocking... Like, we're each clocking for 5. And I think opponent's deck will be a little more consistent than mine at this stage. Alright, that's another Prismatic Ending. Damn, that card is good. I guess I will play the little Explorer that could. And kind of hope to top deck something meaningful here. Yeah, I'll take 5. Another Green Sun is rough. Normally that's just a bomb top deck come end game, but not under current circumstances. I'm definitely starting to fall into the range of, like, I am afraid of just getting hit by a lightning bolt. Okay. Oh god. Yeah, I think my opponent spun this one on a dime. Take 5, go to 5. Phyrexian Tower is not gonna do it. I will go ahead and concede this one here. I am dead on board. Dealer, I said I wanted to 5-0 this league. Didn't you hear me? I asked for it. Round 2, I've kept an opening hand with 4 1-drops, so I'm going to lead on the Ignoble Hierarch here, which will allow me to triple spell using Nic Fit on turn 2, which is not something that happens all the time. Ooh, we're going to be playing against some sort of Affinity or Painter deck. Ooh. Oh, they're just going. They're just going. Okay. Well, Cabal Therapy is an excellent draw. Do I want the lands or the ability to blow up an artifact here? The ability to just, like, blow up that Mox Opal or something early is kind of nice. Kind of wish I could just kill Goblin Welder. Oh, wait, I could do the... Okay, yeah, all right. We're gonna do the Eyetwitch thing. All right. So let's Cabal Therapy them. I guess I'd be putting things into their graveyard that Goblin Welder can bring back. That's a little awkward. Yeah, that's slightly awkward. All right, I hit Painter's Servant, and there's something else in there. I don't actually know what it is. A Ruin Grinder. When it dies, each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards. That's dope as fuck. And it has Mountain Cycling? Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Alright, so it's Eyetwitch time. I guess I Cabal Therapy them and take that. Ruin Grinder. I'll take the Necrotic Fumes. Then I can get rid of their Painter. Ruin Grinder. Got it. Alright, that leaves them with Ancient Tomb. Now, I play Veteran Explorer and pass the turn. Alright, there's the Ancient Tomb I know about. Opponent drew Grindstone. Damn it! Damn it! So they activate Grindstone, hold priority, grind out Painter's Servant. I just lost to the perfect top deck. That's so unfortunate. I guess I'm conceding here. That's a little disappointing. Alright. Collector Oof in. Sudden Edict and Abrupt Decay in. Plague Engineer. Can name Goblin and be pretty good. I think that comes in. Choke. Choke not so much. Endurance, maybe not so much here. I think I want the combo finish here. I just want to be able to kill my opponent out of nowhere. Oh, actually, Endurance, just nuking the graveyard might be fine. Okay, we have a lot of cards we can bring in. How do I feel about the Eyetwitches here? The whole like discard package is kind of awkward. Like I want to disrupt my opponent because, you know, combo deck, but they come back from the graveyard so easily. I don't know, maybe I just don't want to interact on this axis. I like the cards that I'm bringing in more than a lot of the cards that are here. I think I go down on Eyetwitch. Veteran Explorer without therapy is considerably weaker, but I still have like Biographs and Grists. I think I am gonna junk those. Questing Beast also is like a little slow. But I think I'm planning on playing more to the board this game, because playing to the hand last game sure didn't work. Alright, I can't actually cast this Veteran Explorer. If I could cast this Veteran Explorer, I'd probably keep this hand. Yeah, I mean, this hand is great. The Chain of Smog is the piece that does not fit. I'll be getting rid of that. Alright, Verdant Catacombs, sack, Basic Forest, one Explorer boy. I have Biograph to accelerate it out, and then I can Abrupt Decay one of my opponent's things. They get to fetch a mountain. What do you have next? A Goblin Welder. Sure. Mox Opal. Sure. Alright. Swamp. I'll crash in for one. It won't get blocked. Yeah. Didn't think so. Then we Biograph. Sacrifice the Veteran Explorer. I will use this ability. Yes. That will get me Abrupt Decay mana. Ooh, my opponent has black in their deck. And I think I will just immediately Dome Goblin Welder. I just don't want to mess around with that. I'm gonna hit for 5, then I'm gonna hit for 10, and then my opponent is going to be dead. Alright, land from the opponent. Let's see if I just get like Painter killed somehow though. Like it can happen. Oh, Duretti is quite good. I can sacrifice Mox Opal and blow up Biograph. Yeah, that's really strong. Grist is pretty good. What does this destroy? Just artifacts? Artifacts or creatures, yeah. So I guess I just play Grist. Oh, actually, this turn's really good. Alright. Oh, this can destroy a creature or a planeswalker. Neat. So let's go ahead and just plus here. I have milled my Collector Oof and a Biograph. I think I'm just supposed to save this Biograph for later and not immediately just cash it in. I think I'm supposed to use that insect to destroy Duretti on my next turn. Alright, there's an artifact land. But my opponent has so many cards I don't know what they do. Okay, hold on. ETB, create a Thopter, sack an artifact to exile the top card of your library until your next turn you can play it, or target artifact, or sorry, target creature gets +2/+0. And then they cycle the Ruin Grinder. Opponent's version of Painter is super neat. Alright, and they're gonna junk the Thopter to just destroy my insect. That's totally fair. Lol, 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 lol. Okay. Veteran Explorer. Get in there. And we sacrifice a creature. Sacrifice Veteran Explorer. Destroy. I think I go ahead and just go after the Duretti. I will use this ability. I will get 2 more basic lands out of my deck. Alright, looks like opponent has 4 basics. And then we do have 5 mana to just throw this in the way. Now, if my opponent plays another artifact, they can actually kill my Planeswalker this turn. Otherwise, it just gets hit for 1, which is not scary. Oh, buddy. I have a green sun, so the world is my oyster. It could be Endurance. I milled Collector Oof. It could be Tireless Tracker or Questing Beast. The Vigilance on Questing Beast is pretty damn good here. Yeah, let's grab Questing Beast. X is 4. Questing Beast. I guess I'll make this now. I think if my opponent had some sort of lightning bolt effect, they already would have done it, but I've been wrong before. Milled a couple of Veteran Explorers there. Don't mind getting those out of the deck. Okay. Gonna go with sacrificing an artifact to pump it and trade with Biograph. Oh. Till the end of your next turn, you can play the card. A Bloodstained Mire. Sure. That's fine. Oh, I see. This thing itself was an artifact. Okay, we're just done with this game. I kind of got an overwhelming board presence very quickly. I think I'm correct to not try and attack the hand. Like, the game that I was playing felt good. I just have a whole bunch of large creatures, some ability to hate on the graveyard, and a combo finish as well. This hand has turn 2 Collector Oof. That's a keep. Mountain into Goblin Welder. Yeah, we still want turn 2 Collector Oof here, I think. So I will play out my mana Goblin. Because that's a thing now. Alright, a Great Furnace from the opponent into just passing the turn. Oh. Yeah, we can just draw that instead. That's pretty dope. So we'll start by casting that. And if my opponent is going to do Great Furnace shenanigans, I get to find out about it now. Okay, yeah, I mean, this is part of the reason why we just slammed Collector Oof immediately. Don't want to run into that thing coming back. This is super sick tech. I wish I had known about this when I recorded Painter about a week ago. Get a Veteran Explorer going. Alright, and opponent swaps those out. Yep. So the 7/4 will be a little obnoxious, but me with a bunch of mana will also be a little obnoxious. So let's go ahead and block. Alright, hold on. What do you do? Oh shit, that has Menace too? What the fuck? Wow. Guess I'm not chump blocking. Okay. Damn. So many words on that card. Magmatic Channeler. Alright. Questing Beast is pretty good here. Because it has Death Touch. So I can block with like Veteran Explorer, Questing Beast, Death Touch that. And then hopefully at some point in the not too distant future, I can like Endurance it out of the graveyard. It's gonna be a long-term plan. Just doing a quick check here to see if there's anything I want more than playing Questing Beast. I don't think there is. Alright. Grab a basic swamp. Play the Questing Beast. And its vigilance here is key. Let's go ahead and send that on in. Thank you for helping my Goblin Shaman. Alright, I know I played with this card recently. Is it 2? Yeah, you choose one of them. Here's the Magmatic Channeler activation. A Lightning Bolt. That's probably pretty good for them. I get to Lightning Bolt my Oof. Yeah. As expected. Now a bunch of the artifacts can be turned back on. I only have one Oof, so I don't have redundancy. Alright, Painter's Servant. Yeah, things are starting to get scary. Opponent's build is sick. Ruin Grinder is probably the piece I was missing when I built Magmatic Painter. I don't like this. I need to stop this thing. But this only kind of stops it. Because they can weld out their painter and just bring it back. Alright. So opponent will get 2 basics here. They had 4 basics last. Thought they had 4 basics last game. Well, I will use this ability. And I'll get green, black. Now, each player may discard their hand and draw 7 cards. I am 100% going to cash out Green Sun Zenith for a bunch of new cards. Sudden Edict is sick. Oh, I just get to kill my opponent. Wow. So it's 3 mana to... Yeah, I have lethal next turn. Alright, so Sudden Edict. Target you. I assume Magmatic Channeler goes here. Yep. Now my opponent could just have a Blast available. But I think I'm going for it. Alright. Green Sun for X equals 2. As resolved, I will get Witherbloom Apprentice. And I will try to do the Chain of Smog thing. Chain of Smog. Target me. Always yield. This doesn't necessarily mean that I've won yet. They can still wait until my hand is empty. And then repeat it. Or sorry, and then do something that disrupts me. I do wish to copy the spell. Alright, seems like we've got it. Oh, nope, we don't have it. That's a shame. I do wish to copy the spell, though. Now I'll change it to you. You can discard a couple of cards. Like, Rune Grinder's already in the graveyard. Or sorry, Ruin Grinder's already in the graveyard. Sundering Titan. Fair. Slight backfire. Although, honestly, like, losing 2 lands isn't that bad at this point. I am more likely to just die to Ruin Grinder coming in and out a couple of times and my opponent finding the combo. Alright, they're going for Brea's Apprentice here. I guess just to increase their artifact count. Oh, Urza's Saga. Oh, baby. I like this deck. Goblin Engineer. Okay. That finds a Grindstone, and then I'll die the following turn. This deck is fucking sick. Yeah, like I'm impressed by what's going on over there. 2 mana for another Goblin Engineer. That one finds an Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, I am screwed. Alright, so they're gonna weld in Painter. Makes me think that they have a Blast available. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in the towel here. Like I am not going to grind through that stuff. Like, holy shit, that was awesome. Alright, round 3. This hand just has too much mana. I'm gonna be mulliganing this one. This one is just a combo boy hand. We're gonna keep this. Biograph does not fit into this plan. Keeping this hand as is allows me to play around all sorts of like Thoughtseize, Duress type effects. Opponent says hello. Hopefully not about to get dumpstered by anything too off the wall, lol. No promises. Alright, we are seeing Esper Sentinel from the opponent. We are probably playing against a build of Affinity of some kind. I think opponent's having a good time. Alright, I don't think I need to play around any even Mind Sensor sort of effects after seeing Esper Sentinel on turn 1. But I can play around Wasteland. Just have a turn 3 Goldfish. I really like Esper Sentinel's design. Card is sweet. Into Arcbound Ravager. Sure. Alright, and Endurance to boot, just in case we need that. I'm gonna get Forest with this first one, and Swamp with this second one. And we're just gonna play Witherbloom Apprentice. Oh? Oh? Force Pitching Thought Monitor. Man, I'm so glad that I kept the second one. Alright, Glimmer Void. Oh, that's maybe a card I should have thought about playing in my version. Alright, I take 2. That's fine. Biograph. Not your game, Biograph. It's not your game. Witherbloom Apprentice. Go, go, go. And I'll pass the turn. Will not be blocking with Witherbloom Apprentice for any reason. A 2 mana Thought Monitor. Pretty sick. Alright, I will take 2. It's possible I take more than that here. We'll see if my opponent wants to start doing sacrificing stuff for Ravager. Alright, that's an Opal. Okay, I drew a land. So, that means that I can just Chain of Smog my opponent. Does that actually accomplish anything? So I Chain of Smog my opponent. They draw 1 off of Esper Sentinel. That just lets them look at a new card. So they have 3 cards currently. I can bring them down to 2 cards, but they have 1 more look at a Force of Will. I think I just Chain of Smog myself here. And just go for the kill, and don't allow them to draw 1 extra card off Esper Sentinel. Although they can still draw 1 extra card off Esper Sentinel if they get cute. I will pay 1 to prevent this. So opponent could have sacrificed and put more counters on Esper Sentinel in order to actually counter my stuff. I do wish to copy the spell. Same targets. Okay, we got it. No second force of will. So interestingly, my opponent is going to think I'm this all-in combo deck when the reality is like very much not the case. I want Sudden Edict, Collector Oof, Abrupt Decay, Endurances, and maybe Plague Engineer too? My opponent says, I see the old Pauper Tarmogoyf. Bayou Groff is sick. My opponent was paying attention to my graveyard. They get to know what's up. Alright. You go out, and you go out. I think. It's also possible I should get rid of, like, the Cabal Therapy equation, because, like, my opponent, like, redraws so many cards. Yeah, what does that look like? So that can look like these 7 cards out, and then do this, and then I just keep Veteran Explorer as something that can chump block. I think it's reasonable to do either way, because, like, I finished with a combo in this game, so, like, my opponent knows that it exists. But I don't know. I don't feel like Cabal Therapy is particularly potent against this build of Affinity. This one is going to be an easy mulligan. This hand does nothing. Yeah, this hand is sick. I think the Questing Beast goes back here. Yeah, this one just makes Collector Oof on turn 2, and then has 2, 3, 4 oh, Vile. Sick. That is value for my my Collector Oof. Ignoble Hierarch. I'm gonna go ahead and just F6. I don't expect to need to evoke an Endurance for any reason. Oh man, double artifact land here. If my opponent does not have a Force of Will, they are boned. Do you have it? Alright, they do have it. We got a Thought Monitor out of it. I will play a Veteran Explorer and then pass the turn. So in case it's not obvious why Aether Vial is in the deck, Aether Vial is in the deck so you can activate your Urza Sagas while still deploying other cards. That's the, like, conceptual theory. Oh, a Jitte and an Aether Vial. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I will Endurance to kill Baleful Strix. And that leaves me with the ability to still pay mana for a Veteran Explorer. 2 damage, go, 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 go. Alright, and go, gadget, Veteran Explorer. And I'll pass the turn. Now, I am going to get to do something cool with Endurance. I am going to get to shuffle my Collector Oof back into my library, so that the next time I draw a Green Sun, I can Green Sun for Collector Oof. Endurance is so fucking sexy. I love this card. Fetch. Forest. Endurance. Target me. Back in you go. Block Baleful Strix. Opponent will have some Jitte counters. I assume my Veteran Explorers will live. Alright. Get in there, little buddies. Alright, just a couple damage from my opponent. Or to my opponent, rather. Multiple Aether Vials at 2. I don't know that you need multiple at 2. Kind of feel like I would start ticking one up towards, what is it, 7? 9? 7? I think it's 7. I don't think I want either one of us to shuffle these things back in. I don't want to draw an Ignoble Hierarch. I don't want my opponent drawing Strix. I will fetch to Thin. That could have been Dryad Arbor. I don't think it's supposed to be Dryad Arbor, though, because Jitte definitely was not supposed to be Dryad Arbor. That was a hell of a top deck. Get him. Get him! Alright, my opponent just took all the damage. Now, they do still have active Jitte. Things can happen here. Alright, so that's going to be a Baleful Strix, I'm guessing? Yep. Baleful Strix gets a sword. It'll be an awesome time for a Sudden Edict. Bayou. So I guess just Questing Beast swings in. The Questing Beast... Well, what if everyone swings in? If everyone swings in, Endurance gets blocked. I deal 6 damage. My opponent can gain 2 with Jitte, then gain 2 more counters. So it's not lethal. Yeah, I will just swing in with Questing Beast here. Although leaving the Strix alive so that it can produce more Jitte counters is kind of weird. Depends on whether or not my opponent has something like a Ravager. Things get really weird if they have Ravager. Now I'm gonna force the Strix off the board. No, just Questing Beast. All right, they can do that and then block the Questing Beast. That's not a bad line. Guess I can always yield to this. And I will just pass with the Bayou in my hand. All right, they did not have another creature. Good news for me. A little scary. Sure. Scales are starting to tip a little bit in favor of my opponent. Glimmer Void. That's very good. That's very good. All right, 1, 2, 3. My opponent can use a Jitte counter to keep this alive for 1 turn so that I can't effectively attack in. Or they can just use 2 counters and remove it and lose their Esper Sentinel. Kind of a weird spot because I have 5 attacking power on board and they are at 6 life. That's a tricky one. Oh, they're going for destroying some veteran explorers. Multiple veteran explorers. I will get some lands. 1, 2. And a second time. 1, 2. Alright, so I guess this will name human. Alright, now Endurance will crash in for half of my opponent's life total. And opponent needs like some sort of Thoughtcast effect to refuel. Yeah, just like that. That's exactly the sort of thing they needed to stay relevant this game. That one just dies. Alright, Emery though. Emery is respectable. Emery is repeated jump blockers. Tide Hollow Sculler. Yeah, opponent's build is sick. Alright, I would like a removal spell. That is a removal spell. So I'll cast that. Alright. Now do I attack? If I attack with Endurance, my opponent can effectively trade Thought Monitor for it. Well, rather, it potentially forces the trade. It's so bad to just like leave my opponent with a creature that can Jitte attack in and undo so much of my work. I'm gonna send in. I'm gonna try to force this trade. I just don't want my opponent to have a creature that's alive that can repeatedly use Jitte. Like they have just so many creatures and so many draw twos left in their deck that I don't want to like leave them with a creature and then just play some new jump blocker, equip Jitte, and then I'm like forever behind. All right, let's see if this works. It feels like it works. All right, opponent is at 1. Do you have a creature that you saved off Vial? No. In which case I likely win. They have 2 lethal attackers next turn. This fetch represents Dryad Arbor. Woohoo! Alright. Vial. Okay, I think I win now. There's still potentially like some weird Baleful Strix draw card lines that beat me, but outside of those... Alright, I've gotten the GGs. GGs. Great deck. Alright, we are potentially playing against Maverick this round. I'm going to be keeping my hand. There's a lot of different directions that this hand could end up going. If this was a black fetch, I'd play Eyetwitch on 1 and Biograph on 2. But it's not a black fetch. So I'm just going to play Ignoble Hierarch and pass the turn. Alright, Once Upon a Time. Or a Forest. Alright, so Maverick does indeed seem pretty likely. Am I getting Swords to Plowshared? I am getting Swords to Plowshared. Sure. That is a little awkward for me. I either take no play this turn or I fetch a Wastelandable land. think I'm fetching a wastelandable land. If I don't get wastelanded next turn, I have Eyetwitch into Biograph, so I'm going to go ahead and just play mana efficiently here and leave my opponent scared of this card. Alright, Forest into Stoneforge. Alright, does my opponent have Cauldra? Nope, they are getting Jeskai. Okay. So this lesson, it destroys anything, right? Yes, it does. Cool. This is sick. Alright. Eyetwitch into Biograph. Hell yeah. I learn. Get Containment Breach. Now I have a 5/4, and I get to crash in for 2 this turn. And I have an answer to Batterskull. Alright, fetch land from the opponent. Mom. Mom's plenty good. Ooh. Yeah. That's neat. I think I just cast this now. It puts my opponent into an awkward position. They get a little bit punished for not putting in Batterskull earlier. Alright, they've gotten rid of their mom. That's fine. No attacks into Batterskull here. And then opponent will fetch probably a Savannah. And then dump in Batterskull. As expected. Bayou. Okay, so they are Abs and Maverick. Yeah, I will just take that hit, I think. Actually, do I want to block with Witherbloom Apprentice? Because it's going to... Jeskai is a little annoying, but it's more important to deal with the Batterskull. No, I think I want to make them use the Jeskai counters on Witherbloom Apprentice. Alright, Ignoble Hierarch, not really what I'm looking for. So, while my opponent is tapped out, I do want to destroy the Batterskull. Witherbloom Apprentice just doing some casual work. Alright, now Biograph can attack in. I don't want to hold it back defensively, because my opponent can have 6 toughness on their attack, and I don't want to attack in with Witherbloom. Or do I? Actually, it might make sense to attack in with this. No, because my opponent could kill it with 1 Jeskai counter instead of 2. Alright, so they're taking 5 down to 13. Conceptually, I think my opponent is a little bit ahead here. But it wouldn't take too much for me to tip the scales in my direction. Yeah, yep. Dryad Arbor is actually kind of annoying here. It's just another creature to put Jeskai on if I like have a sudden edict or something. Infinite X1s is not the way I wanted this turn to go down. I may just be playing all of them out in an attempt to disperse some Jeskai counters. How many decays do I have main? I have 2 abrupt decays in the main deck. I don't have another sudden edict. Okay, so I have 2 outs to Jeskai. Maybe I won't just throw away cards here. Or maybe I am supposed to play these out, because if I do end up learning I want to have more mana, I could buy that. No attacks. My attacks are not good. There is a world where my opponent does not kill Eyetwitch, because I fetched up an answer to an artifact before, and I could theoretically have another. This is not that world. I'm just going to go ahead and chump block here and learn. Alright. I think I am supposed to take the Necrotic Fumes rather than the 7 mana thing. I don't think I'm getting to the 7 mana thing here. I'm pretty likely to lose a couple of creatures to Jeskai. Oh no, there's more. A Green Sun. This can just be a Knight, which is smallish right now. Oh, they're getting a Grist. Alright, so goodbye Biograph, and then my opponent can use the Jeskai to nuke all my other creatures. I think this is about the point where I'm comfortable conceding. This active Jeskai is devastating here. Was I supposed to get rid of the Jeskai instead of the Batterskull? The Batterskull was much scarier at the time, but like as this is going on, the Jeskai is just dominating the board. I think I'm cool conceding here. I'm facing down a Planeswalker plus a Jeskai. I'm pretty far behind. I'm gonna pack it in. I like endurance. Nukes graveyards makes knights smaller. This time around, I like Eyetwitch because of the containment breach thing. I think I like you. That probably means getting rid of the Chain of Smog package so that I just have enough room. And then I would need to make one other cut or not bring in one card. Maybe go down one therapy? Maybe go down one therapy. My creatures are somewhat likely to die in combat or to Biograph or to Grist. Alright, good opening hand. No. And how's this? I don't really have ways to sacrifice these creatures. Like it's fine. I have like Green Sun for Biograph to just create a large aggressive creature. I think I'll keep this and bin Eyetwitch here. It's possible binning land number 3 is just better, though. But I really want to make my land drops against the Wasteland deck. I'm not going to get Wastelanded in the first 2 turns, but later on that's something that's very real. Getting a Knight. Windswept Heath. And Prismatic Ending. I love it. Hexdrinker is a good draw. I think I'm playing a Wastelandable land here. I don't want to, but it's how I play green cards this turn while still being able to fetch a basic swamp later. Alright, there's a Wasteland. That's one of the downsides of my line. Because now I'm not immune to all harm on my Hexdrinker this turn. Let's crash in for 3. Fetch here. Grab a basic. Play the Eyetwitch. And I will level up Hexdrinker once. And then next turn, Hexdrinker is potentially has protection from instants. Alright, Savannah from the opponent. Into Noble Hierarch. Do you have it? Seems like no, based on the speed at which those things are resolving. Nice. Pump one more mana into that. And then crash in with the team. Alright, opponent is at 10. There's 4 counters on this. If I draw a land, then this has protection from everything, and it doesn't super matter if my opponent gets a knight, which they have. Oh, baby. Is it good to give my opponent lands in this position? Feels like no. Like, it lets me do cool things with Green Sun this turn, but I think I'd rather just dump all the mana into here directly. That's 5, 6, 7, 8. It has protection from everything now. And I get 7 damage in this turn. My opponent is dead next turn. Seems good. 3 mana off Cradle into a Once Upon a Time. That is more expensive because of their Thalia. Not a critique of sequencing, just kind of an unfortunate thing. Like, yep. Sick. I don't think I want the combo on the draw. That doesn't really make much sense. This is turn 1 Veteran Explorer, turn 2 Biograph. That's fine for a starting hand. We also have some ability to deviate if things look a little bit weird. Actually, it might be turn 1 Ignoble Hierarch into turn 2 Veteran Explorer and Biograph. And then Ignoble Hierarch gets Swords to Plowshared if my opponent has Swords to Plowshared, and I don't give my opponent to Swords to Plowshared's Veteran Explorer at all. That's interesting. Yeah, let's do that line. Ignoble Hierarch pass. It also opens up the line of just Veteran Explorer, sack to Phyrexian Tower, do cool stuff. That could also include playing Biograph. Suppose. Knight of the Reliquary. Okay, that Green Sun will represent endurance, I think. Alright. Veteran Explorer. Land Biograph. Sacrifice Veteran Explorer. Search, yes. We'll grab a forest. and a swamp. Opponent gets plains and forest. I could cast this for 1 here, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense. I think it's just so much better as endurance another turn down the line. Alright, Thoughtseize, damn. Bye, Green Sun. Alright, there's the Horizon Canopy, which I'm guessing immediately cycles. Now Knight gets to attack as a 6/6 and be better than Biograph. Although it's possible they just want to hold back. Nope, it's aggro time. Take 6 down to 19. Okay, that's a new Biograph. I guess I can attack for 1. Outside of something like Containment Priest, it's pretty free to do so. Get him. Get him, Goblin Shaman. I guess Scrib Ranger is also a thing. Plant Dog. Opponent is advantaged on board and in hand. It's a prismatic ending. That's quite good. I'm gonna get smacked for another 6. Biograph! Actually, I don't think Ignoble Hierarch attacks here. I'm starting to get into, like, I might want to chump block with that territory. Like, I want to just buy time to be able to get into an endurance to shrink my opponent's knight, and then I can, like, rumble with it in combat sort of situation. Oh no, not more stuff. Shit. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. No attack. This could be the most fucking savage of blowouts ever if my opponent attacks with both knights. Mom's really good. Oh. Yep. Sure. Maybe I shouldn't have played out Phyrexian Tower. So they're less incentivized to take that line and more incentivized to just attack in with both knights. Alright, target you. Nuke that graveyard. Alright, so you're a 3/3. Block with the 5/4. What just happened? I just had a Moto lag spike. Okay, the Swords to Plowshare is targeting Biograph. I guess I should have double blocked to play around that. Yeah, I should have double blocked to play around that. Shit. That was bad. Yeah, I think I made a couple of small micro misplays there that punish me quite a bit. Alright. That knight is going to be very large. I get to cycle Horizon Canopy here, and knight's up to a 5/5, 6/6 on attack. Is that a Scrib Ranger, maybe? Scrib Ranger, so they have multiple mom activations and multiple knight activations is disgusting. This is the point where I'm not going to come back from that. GG's, well played, opponent. Okay, I'm starting with a little bit of a weird hand for this round. It has turn 1 therapy, turn 2 green sun for veteran explorer, ball therapy again, and then funnel mana into Hexdrinker. So I think that means this is a keep. Chancellor of the Annex. Oh no. Alright, Marsh Flats, Lotus Petal. I'm scared. Hold me. A whole bunch of endurances for the post-sideboard games will be sick, though. Entomb. Into... oh, wait. Villainous Broker of Blood. Whenever you lose life, draw that many cards. Target creature gets -1 until end of turn. I just beat this? I just fucking beat that with a Hexdrinker that has protection from everything? Oh, wait, hold on. Is it gonna... oh, I think I see how this is going to work. So it reanimates, then... so it goes onto the battlefield, and then they just get a bunch of cards. Neat. Alright. There's an Exhume, a Chancellor, and a Faithless Looting in there now. Okay, so notably I can cast Cabal Therapy and just have it countered by the initial Chancellor trigger from the beginning of the game. Alright, goodbye Cabal Therapy. No. Pass turn. Actually, how am I gonna get the Hexdrinker? I guess I like also need them to tap out. Not have more basics, question mark? This situation is maybe a little worse than I was giving it credit for. Alright, Dark Ritual. If they produce a second creature, I will concede to that. Do I want to just concede to this so they don't know what deck I'm on? I think I'm very unlikely to win from here. I am going to go ahead and do that. I don't want them thinking about endurance. I just want to get an endurance blowout. Sideboarding. Sudden Edict is sick. Endurance is disgusting. And Thought Seizes are fine to disrupt my opponent. Abrupt Decay is probably not necessary. Risk destroys target creature? Yep, target creature or planeswalker, so that's totally legit. I'll need to make a few other cuts. So Eyetwitch and get Necrotic Fumes and exile something. It's possible the Eyetwitch package should just go out though. Because like, do I want to have access to just an infinite combo of my own? Probably. But I think I have to cut either the Eyetwitch package or the Witherbloom Apprentice package in order to make my in-out numbers work. I don't really need to grind. Tireless Tracker can go. And then if I am willing to cut these, this is my deck. Alternatively, I play like these three plus something like Collector Oof and just board in Necrotic Fumes and then don't play the Chain of Smog package. But I think the Chain of Smog package just looks better than these, because like Eyetwitches look good, but the rest don't. So this is going to be my 60. It's got an Endurance and a Thoughtseize. This is an easy keep. All right, here we go. Swamp. Thoughtseize you. Okay. There's a couple of different ways to do this one. They have two different ways to get fatties into the graveyard, so it doesn't make a ton of sense to take that. It doesn't make a ton of sense to get the Grizzlebrand either. I think I just take the Dark Ritual here. Possible Faithless Looting is better though. Like Dark Ritual prevents the most broken things, but Faithless Looting prevents digging towards Reanimation in the first turn. I guess on turn 2 they can Dark Ritual Faithless. Let's take the Dark Ritual. Alright, Bloodstained Mire. That's a land that I did not know about. Alright, so they get bad lands, they cast Faithless Looting. I presume Grizzlebrand goes to the bin. It does Grizzlebrand and Marsh Flats. Okay, I think this is just a green sun for a mana accelerant here. Alright, so let's go Vista. Fetch. It's Forest, right? I have Swamp in play. Double check. Yep. Forest. Green Sun for 1. Pick up Ignoble Hierarch. And then I start getting into, I have hardcast Endurance territory more easily, or I have Green Sun for an Endurance territory. Alright, Badlands. Alright, Dark Ritual. It's go time. Entomb. Be a shame if somebody cast Endurance. Alright, so this is Evoke. Exile a green card from my hand. Target you. And now the graveyard gets nuked. And Reanimate fizzles. Biograph. Don't mind if I do. So that'll be land. Into attack with Noble Hierarch. Or sorry, Ignoble Hierarch. Actually, maybe I wasn't supposed to attack there, because then I'm holding up Sudden Edict. Maybe I shouldn't overthink that one too much. Because like opponent's resources are very low. I don't think they can discard me and make a new creature this turn very easily. Like it's possible. Like they can just go Entomb, Reanimate again, but I don't know. It doesn't seem super likely. All right, just we're in pure fetch to thin territory. I should have thought about Dryad Arbor there. Yeah. I don't know that I actually want to get Dryad Arbor, but I should have thought about it. It is the difference between a 2 and 3 turn clock. I will do it. Should have done it last turn. Dryad Arbor. I choose this tree. Rest. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's crash in for 6, and then I'll play Grist. And then I will have 2 different removal spells available for a creature that my opponent puts into play. That seems just absolutely fantastic. Alright, 1, 2, 3. I will make an insect. Alright, it did not mill any new creatures. Now my opponent can use a reanimation spell on an endurance and stay alive for a turn. Oh wait, no they can't, because I would just sacrifice an insect and then kill endurance. God, endurance is so fucking filthy. Honestly, maybe there should just be 4 in the main deck. I don't think I saw anything that makes me want to change my sideboarding plan here. Okay, my opening hand lacks green mana. This just snap has to be a mulligan. There's no way I can keep this. This hand is turn 1 therapy into turn 2 therapy. It does not just naturally have an endurance. It can green sun for an endurance later. What's my opponent doing? My opponent began with 7. Thing is, if I mulligan for endurance, and then my opponent just plays Thoughtseize, I'm super unhappy. I think I keep this hand. And I think Ignoble Hierarch goes back. Didn't look at your name till now. Making a video? Yup. Alright, Chancellor Trigger. Chancellor Trigger is pretty good. It means I don't actually have turn 1 disruption for my opponent, and they probably just get to do their thing. Alright, Thoughtseize me. Yeah, if I had mulliganed more for endurance, this would have made that look pretty embarrassing. I've lost a Veteran Explorer. Alright, a new green sun is the draw. I think I am just throwing away the front side of Cabal Therapy to the Chancellor Trigger here. I just need to clear that out. Next turn, I can go for Veteran Explorer shenanigans and then try to get Endurance the following turn if that is actually going to be fast enough. Oh no. There's that big creature from game 1, Villas. Shit. Alright, so that reanimates that. I have 6 at this point. Like, if I have Endurance, I cast it there. Opponent has 10 cards in hand. I don't have too many answers to this in play. I have some. I have, like, Sudden Edict. Oh god. Animate Dead on a Chancellor. Means that I can't Sudden Edict this turn. And Unmask. Yikes. And Unmask again. Well, damn. GG's. I'm not coming back from taking 12 there. Okay, so this was a 1-4 league, but it was a 1-4 league where I felt good about my deck every single round. This deck was, I think, better than the record suggests. I really liked the deck construction. I really liked how my sideboarding went down. I think this is one of the better Nic Fit decks that I've played in a long time. We have the Oops I Win combo finish. We have a very interesting way to enable early Bayou Groffs, and like getting Containment Breach was super relevant in a round. And I think we picked this up one time, or had the potential to pick this up one time against a slower control deck. And I know like Necrotic Fumes was something that like having access to it was neat. I like this deck. I would 100% be willing to run something like it back again. I think if this I think if this league showed anything, it's just how freaking good Endurance is. Just like ambushing stuff in combat, being graveyard hate, shrinking Knight of the Reliquaries. Like that card did so much work this league. Very, very pleased with how this league went. I did misstep a couple of times. Like there were definitely spots where I could have played better. But yeah, I like it. I've only positive things to say. I guess the question is like, what was good about this? Is it the Eyetwitch package? Is it the Chain of Smog package? Is it everything else? Like, there is something to a deck list like this, and I would need another league or two to know like which portions of it were actually the best portions and trying to isolate that. Like, it's possible you could drop the Eyetwitch package, free up a couple more sideboard slots, get in a couple more Abrupt Decays or Sudden Edicts in the main, you know, give yourself a little more game versus Delver and Affinity and such. Or expand your Green Sun package to have the Collector Oof in the main. Similarly, if you like the Eyetwitch package, you can consider dropping the Combo Finish package and just play more mid-rangey stuff. like get a 4th Biograph in there because that card definitely overperformed this league. I think there's a lot of ways to tinker with this. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Like there's a lot of ways to mess around with this, and I felt great about this list despite the fact that the league, didn't go well as far as the scoreboard is concerned. Anyway, if you liked the video, throw me a like before you leave, and throw me a comment with any thoughts. If you want to try it out, remember the deck list as well as donation information is always available in the video description. Have a great rest of the day. League was great.